Hope everybody is safe and fantastic and doing phenomenal things with their life, especially
Yeah, and
their business.
I hope that hour didn't get you like it got me. You know.
So this is absolutely hilarious because I had no clue. Okay, I had absolutely no clue what you just told me, and I was in such disbelief that I jumped on the interweb and I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, Germany participates in daylight savings, but when does that happen?
Yeah.
It's not till the 30th for you guys.
Oh, for real? I thought it was normally like a week later, but yeah, 2 weeks later. That sounds about right.
That's crazy though. I know like we're a
Yeah, it
few
is.
hours apart, but why is it like that?
Who knows? Who knows?
Ah, Lord Lamont knows.
I would like to be the all-knowing, but sometimes how they say, when you fail to plan, you plan to fail.
That's
I
right.
didn't see this coming. I didn't see this coming.
Me neither. I had no clue, but this is good because this is now, something that we could plan for in the future.
Yeah, yeah, exactly, exactly. Because I'm still in shock. I'm like, when you called me, I was still with my football team, and I had an awesome speech for the O liners there, and next thing you know, I was like, yeah, and these guys, Bob was calling. I was like, what?
My
What's going
bad.
on here? Ah, it's all
My
good,
bad.
man. It's all good.
So,
hmm
welcome everybody to another episode of Caps and Conversations, where we like to tackle life, ambition, and business. And what we have like on the chopping block for today is tariffs and how they could affect you. Like I know you're not part of government. You're probably not buying, product from overseas in vast quantities. But when you step back and take a look at, you know, let's just say, for example, oranges, right? Florida is known for its oranges, and maybe a difficult place for oranges to grow. There's like a free open trade agreement to where our oranges, we can ship them over, cost you $1. But what's happening now with tariffs is that like there's going to be a predisposition to that free trade. There's going to be a tax on that free trade to where the receiving country is going to say, well, I know that we have trouble growing oranges, but you know we're going to charge you 25% to bring those oranges over here and for you to sell them in our country. So right now your prices went up $1.25 per orange, right?
Now, I got a question before you move
Yeah.
forward. That okay? So I'm not. I did a little bit of research, not much. I mean, I can't be your new congressman or anything like that. But tariffs, when they say okay, we're going to make a 10% tariff increase, I think it's important to know who pays that.
Yeah, yeah, you're absolutely right. Like there are, economists and studies that have, been done and speeches that have been made, but at the end of the day, that extra comes out of the consumer's pocket, whoever's buying
Yeah,
it,
yeah.
you
So
know?
what I read on is it's kind of crazy to me and how it works. It never used to work like that, but then I want to say come times around about 75, 80, 1980, where there was like okay a considerable increase on tariffs, and it was supposed to originally be for okay, the industry in the United States wasn't as good as a lot of other countries, and
Hmm.
a lot of other countries was getting away with it because they would import their products here and then make a nice sizable nomination of money, and that's generated back to their country. So I
Right.
understand why the tariffs were put in, but now they gotten smarter over the years and said, okay, well, if we got to pay extra, then we'll just place that on the consumer. And so what would cost you, I want to say $20, and they said, okay, we're going to have a 10% tariff increase on all your products, which let's just say is $2 more. It doesn't seem like much, but $2 more. So what they would do
Hmm.
with that product, instead of it being $20, is 22.95.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? And that $2.95 goes to the consumer. So we're getting, besides getting taxed, we're paying the tariff as well. And that's crazy.
that is crazy. Like if you look at if you break down, business, right? Like in the whole, I guess in layman's terms, right?
Hmm.
The one thing that any businessman is going to do is protect their profits overall. Like that's
Hmm.
not going to budge. They will
Yep.
find a way to increase the margin and protect it at all costs so that nothing can infringe and minimize that amount of profit.
Hmm.
But it's absolutely nuts because like you look at, over the years, you know, boxes of cereal, for example, right?
Oh yeah.
The dimensions have changed dramatically, and you're not really paying what you would get, like 15, 20 years ago. You're paying a lot more for a lot less.
Yeah.
So the tricks and stuff were fantastic. Like you have like this on the front cover, right? This on the front cover, like this area as the front box, and then you
Hmm.
turn that thing to the side, and it's just as thin, right?
Yeah.
Where before it would be a lot thicker, so you could fit more product in there.
Yeah.
And who's the sucker? Who's the sucker?
Of course, we
This
always
guy.
are.
This guy. Exactly. And it's like, I understand that, yes, it's business and you don't mix business with pleasure and it's not personal, it's just business and whatever all the other sayings are. But when you're tapping into my pocket like that, you know,
Yeah.
I didn't give you permission to do that, but yet it's still being
And-
done.
and- But then, it hits the pockets of everybody, all the consumers, that is. And then not only that, back in the day, when prices were cheap and everything was like that, it was 88 cents, 99 cents, blah, 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 so forth and so on. Then, you know, the working man, the working class, they would have enough money in their pocket left over for this, that, and the other, whatever they wanted to do. Now, things are getting more expensive. We seeing the hit here as well. Things are getting more expensive. Uh, you got a lot of people in the working class now that it doesn't benefit them working at all, because you got tax, you got tariffs, and the only person that's getting rich is the CEO of the company you work for. You know,
Yeah.
uh, back in the day, I can speak on this. Back in the day, the CEOs were maybe had a 50% uplift of, or 100% uplift of, you know, what the worker would make. They, at the end of the year, they get their little bonuses, and you be like, okay, the worker made 49, 50,000 a year. The CEO might have made 110,000, but he's a CEO. I mean, it seemed appropriate. Now, these CEOs are banking 300% more than the average worker for doing nothing. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? And
Yeah.
along with that, the working man, they might get their little 1%, 2% raise, which is pretty much nothing. And it's not enough to pay for standardized things like a brand name box of cereal. Because over here, a brand name box of cereal, this is how the tower works over here. How much do you pay for a box of cornflakes? Let's just say a regular box of cornflakes. And you're gonna think I'm
uh
crazy after I tell you
okay,
this.
okay. Let's break it down though. Like regular box meaning what though? Because like you have now like what I guess is small, medium, large, right? That's what it looks like now. When you go to the shelf, it's
Yeah.
like regular size box, and then you have family size, and then you have like jumbo size. It's
Okay. The little boxes. I want to say the little sizes.
so you'll be spending
the
between like $6 and $7 a box for that,
For a box of cereal. You know how much we
for
pay
a
for a
box of
box of
cereal.
cereal over here?
No.
Yeah.
You're about to surprise me right now? Oh no.
Yeah. Oh, we spend anywhere from, I want to say, seven. It might seem right to you, but €7 to €8 for a good box of cereal, name brand, Kellogg's, blah blah blah. But
Yeah.
in the equation of things, the euro rate to dollar rate, oh, we paying almost double the price of your box of cereal.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
because it's
That's
imported
insane.
over here, and that them taxes are placed on it, and not it's not placed to say, okay, the Kellogg's company have to pay for the shipping and handling and blah blah blah. We, the consumers, have to pay for that. And I'm like, you know what? I don't care about Fruit Loops no more. I don't care about
Yeah,
Cheerios no more. And
yeah.
we got Cheerios, and then you got the knockoff brand No Nos. I'll take the No Nos. You know.
Yeah, man. I don't know how far the reach is of the supermarket chain that flourished here like maybe I don't know 15 years or so, but it's called
Mhm.
Aldi's, right? So
Oh
the
yeah.
south the southeast is like big on like Publix and Winn-Dixie. Um but Aldi's came to light and it was like a place where you can, just go and buy like those you've never heard of this name ever before type of brand, whether it's cereal or fruit,
Yeah.
vegetables. Never, ever, ever, ever heard of these brands. I remember the first time I walked into an Aldi's in Kansas City. It was like 15 years ago. And we were walking by like what their cereal aisle is. And I swear to goodness, it's printed right on the bag. Tastes just like the real thing. I kid you not. I was blown away by that. I was blown
Nah.
away by that.
You know what? It's not so bad that when I first went shopping, I was like, I want more for my money, and
Hmm.
then I had a whole 50. I want to say not 50 pound, but I don't even know how you measure cereal no more. I don't eat it anymore. Um, but it comes in a little plastic bag that
Yeah.
goes inside a box. They don't even put it in a box no more. They just put it in a plastic bag and be like, you can get double the size of that for half the price of a normal box of cereal.
Yes.
Let me get
Yes.
that. Let me get that for my
Yes.
kids. And my kids be looking at me like, can we get something with some sugar in it? You know?
Nah.
And like, can we get some with some flavor in it? I'm like, not at those prices. Mm-mm. Okay, I tell
Those
you what.
prices are
I tell
insane.
you what. I go you one further. How much does a Snicker bar cost?
Man, I haven't had candy like that in a long minute. But like, I know the price of candy is just through the roof because like I notice it every year. Every time when Halloween comes around and it's time to grab,
Hmm.
like those assorted bags and stuff, and it's like,
Yeah,
man, you're paying like $20 for a bag that brings maybe like 60 pieces or something like that.
yeah.
And it's like, come on, man, whose Halloween party are you going to?
You know what? I think they just stop Halloween, or I'm gonna go out and start trick or treating so I can grab that candy and give it away for next year. You know. But this tariff problem is a big thing, and it's real, and it's hitting the consumer's pocket. Just look at I think we impose some more tariffs on Canada, like they need anything else. I mean, Canada is falling apart with their, I want to say their economy.
Hmm.
I want to say, and the more tariffs, I understand the part of bringing America back and all this, but we're not really bringing America back if America is giving the price tag for it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
So
Like it was supposed to be right that tariffs were supposed to go, funding the government. But it's like at the same time, you're already paying your taxes. You're already paying
yeah,
your taxes to fund your government, to fund your local government, to have the roads fixed and all this stuff. And then you're gonna throw on some more on top of that. It's
yeah,
like we know that the rate of inflation like outrageously outweighs the rate of a raise.
yeah,
Like what you get in a raise after a year's time, inflation has doubled since then or tripled since then.
yeah,
We're like this is why everybody's looking for a second job or a side hustle or whatever the case may be, and it's just to make ends meet. Just to make
yeah,
ends meet. It's not like they're saving up for a new car or anything extra or a trip or anything like that. They're just trying to like make sure that there's food on the
yeah,
table and the lights are on in the house.
yeah. I mean, we're a long way from that American slogan, a chicken in every pot and a car in every garage.
Yeah.
We're a long way away from that. And I understand things grow as people do, but I think we're so far in debt that he's trying to recoup money in any way, shape, or form. But this is not the way that it should go. I mean, I'm not a like I said, I'm not a congressional constituent or anything like that. But all I can speak of is hitting my pockets, and I'm not even in the U.S.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? It's
Hmm.
it's
Yeah.
it's it's. I want to say it's the Trump effect because every country is feeling it now. I mean,
Yeah.
we got people going over here on strike because they're not making enough money to pay for ordinary stuff like they need for their family.
Yeah.
And I hate to say it, if you're a one parent home and you got more than two kids, you're going to need to subsidize. You're going to need to get either a second job, or you're going to need to ask help from the government. And once you go into that system, it's pretty much no getting out unless you have a, a significant other that comes in to help you out, because
Yeah.
it actually now it takes two. And I could see the way things are going, it's going to be a long 4 years for one. Um, we need something that's going to actually put money back into the pockets of the working class, or well, there's no such thing as middle class anymore. It's about extinct as well. Remember, there was poor, there was low class, and then there was middle class. Now we etching up in the middle
Yeah.
class, and the middle class is about to disappear if it hasn't already.
Well,
And
I remember working in retail, and one of the things that came up a lot was because like we see it all the time, right? The other day, just the other day, we went to it's an outlet mall that's close to
mhm,
here, and you would see these people from different countries coming over here buying our stuff
yeah,
and taking it back to wherever the hell
yeah,
they're from, you know,
yeah,
to turn around and sell it. So when I was in the retail business, we would see that too. Like every so often, we'd have a couple of customers that would walk in with these empty suitcases and stuff, and they would load it up. Like, yeah, it's a great day for us as a store and whatever stuff, but you know what they're
yeah.
turning around and selling it for back home? Like three,
Double the
four,
price.
five times of no, three or four or
Yeah,
five times the
yeah,
price,
yeah.
dude. If you look at what was it, Sao Paulo, right in
Mhm,
Brazil,
mhm,
there really is no, like, it's non-existent, the middle class. It's either you're
mhm,
extremely poor or extremely wealthy. That's it.
mhm,
A suit that costs, a business suit that costs like $300 here in the US would easily run you, 1,500 bucks elsewhere.
cool.
And it's absolutely nuts. Doesn't make any sense to me at all whatsoever. But
Well,
that's the way it is.
one thing I would say about that, the USA brand, it speaks volume because anywhere you go, I've been to a lot of countries, and a lot of the young people, they always ask me, okay, for case in point, I was in Kuwait when I was working, and a lot of the young people was like, oh, that's cool, you got American clothes, and I was like, yeah. And me, it didn't set in, I didn't think about, you know, what kind of clothes they wear over here, or what kind of clothes that it's in their economy, but they don't have the stuff that we have.
Hmm.
And they fell in love. They was like, "Can I have your shirt? Can I have your pants?" I was like, "No, man, this you got to get your own." But they don't sell those over here.
Yeah,
Why? Because the I want to say the tax is probably so high to even ship it over there. The price that they would have to mark it up at would be not sellable. You know,
yeah,
you can buy a pair of Air Force Ones over there for maybe $110. Over here, it's going to cost double the price. It's going to be 210. You know, and I
yeah.
think we had this already because, like, when I told you, okay, you're going to send me a shirt, you're going to put it in the mail. First, it's going to take 2 weeks, and then it's going to go to the Zolomp where they can put their tax on it. And no matter how much you paid for that shirt, it could be a $15 shirt. You're going to pay shipping and handling. You're going to pay uh, tax on whatever is in there. So if your shirt costs $15, you can be sure it's going to cost 30. Um, all in all, it might cost you $35 to send hit to me, just one shirt. But for
That's
me to
crazy.
actually pick it up or when it comes to my door, I have to pay 75
Oh
euro.
no.
Yeah. Yeah. That's why CDs wasn't a big thing over here. They didn't really sell American CDs because, a CD was 9.99. But if I wanted to order it off Amazon for them to ship it here, it would cost $29. I was like, bruh, I'll just wait. I'll just wait. So, different countries, depending on, their import export scale, these tariffs are levying all of that and it's all going to the consumer. So I don't care what kind of tariff wars they got going on. We're going to impose a larger tax on China. Well, China is going to turn around and impose a larger tax on us. So it's a no-win situation.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
who's
So
benefiting?
so in business, it's gonna be it's just that, like the value of whatever particular item or
Yeah,
service is um, gets taxed on heavily, and
yeah,
it doesn't fall on the person who's making it.
hmm
It falls on the person who's buying it. Like
yeah.
that's us. That's us. And you got to be
That
prepared
sucks.
for that stuff because your dollar is not going to stretch out any further than what it has,
No.
unless of course you find another way to make more money. Which I remember, like COVID days, like everybody was on that bus. Everybody
Yeah.
was on the bus looking for making extra money on the side, doing this, doing that, whatever it was, whatever it took, just to make that extra money. And then you would think that there would have been relief after COVID, but nope,
hmm No.
nope,
Well, I
not at
mean,
all.
it depends. It depends on if you got that $1,200 stimulus check that they was giving out um, when Trump
Yeah,
was first around. Don't take that because then again they turned around and taxed you for it and be like, hey, remember that 1,200 we gave you? Yeah,
yeah,
you need to put that on your tax. We need that back.
you need that back.
So I don't
Yeah,
know if you was giving us a loan or trying to say hey, spend your 1,200 wisely because everybody was happy. He was like, yeah, they giving us $1,200, and then by the end of the year they'd be like, yeah, I need you to read this bottom line. We gave you $1,200 in small print. We need that back. So go ahead and put this on your taxes. And if you don't pay us,
yeah,
we're going to take something else from you. And I'm like,
yeah,
but
yeah.
but I think um, when all this is, I give it about 3 4 months. Inflation is going to go up. There's going to be more homelessness going on because people can't really pay their bills or not real homelessness. You're not going to lose your home or anything like that, but the civil liberties or things that you generally would buy, you're not going to buy those anymore because $2 is a lot of money when you have significant things you have to pay for. Just think of a $2 uplift on everything.
Yeah, yeah, that's crazy and sucks all the way.
Yeah.
Let me
Yeah.
ask you something. There was
hmm
somebody who made a comment, because like I was telling people that what we're going to be talking about today, and let me know if this makes sense. All right, I'm going to read to you what his comment was,
Okay.
and especially since Lord Lamont was traveling throughout the world, for the military. Um, I want to know if you heard anything about what this, because it sounds like this guy is like all hardcore, U.S. military and America or die type of mentality. So let me know if you've heard something like this before. So
Okay.
it says pretty simple. It makes them compete honestly with American products, and if they want to save their company, they move here and hire American workers. Any American company leaving our shores should be penalized and pay the penalty. They should not be allowed to market in the US or sell in the US. They are anti American or traitors. It's against our way of life. Protect our life or pay the penalty. Praise to all veterans. Praise God.
I mean, it depends on where the companies are. I mean, we don't have that many companies. You
But I
know what I
mean, like,
mean?
did
It's
you
it's
did you did you hear this stuff from like other people that worked around you when you guys were like
no,
traveling abroad and stuff?
no, no. We didn't. care about no tariffs or where products came from because one thing they was paying us a nice size fee. Now, when you retire and you come back to civilian life and you start looking and be like, okay, well, why am I paying so much for this? And why am I paying so much for that? But then you got to look at where the stuff comes from. Um, Now, I'm all for opening American businesses, but we're in so much debt with other countries that other countries don't even want to deal with us. You know,
Yeah.
they don't want to even come over here and set up shop and then say, okay, we got to hire American workers. Yeah, to an extent, it might work. But then again, they can make triple amount if they just stay on their side and just import or export.
But they're already doing that, right? Like if you were to call up, I don't know, Hewlett Packard, for example, right?
Hmm.
HP, or UPS, you know,
Hmm.
or FedEx. Okay,
Hmm.
we're talking about American huge ass, that are global companies now, right?
Hmm.
That if you call for support, what are you getting back? What are you getting back? Who's on the other end of that? It's not an American. I can guarantee you that. I
No,
can guarantee
no,
you that it's not. Their
hell
their
no, it
their
ain't.
their their accent is heavier than cream in your coffee. Like it's and then like you
Yeah,
wonder, it's like, okay, like how am I supposed to get any of this type of help?
yeah,
When my problem is here and you're 18,000 miles away, how are you
yeah.
solving? How are you helping? You know. So I don't know about that. I don't know about that statement so much.
It's it's a biased statement. I want to say, um, even I've been to other countries, but I wouldn't say America is the best, and people might scold me for saying stuff like that, but the truth is we're not, and of course we're trying to get back to standard. I don't know what number we are in the world amongst import and export. Um, but I do know that if we keep going the rate that we're going, it's going to be just like Brazil. You know, you're going to have the rich and you're going to have the poor. And the middle class is about to be wiped out. And this is why there's a lot of people going that extra mile to say, okay, I need a side job, or I need to build my own business. But even building your
Yeah.
own business, you're starting in the red because to start anything, you got to pay taxes.
Well,
Pay
yeah.
taxes on
Well,
that, and then I mean, you got tax cuts now. Okay, look at it this way. I mean, the more tariffs that we pay, the rich is still some way somehow. I haven't figured this out yet, but the rich is still getting away with something, and I haven't figured it out. And I'm sure it's geared towards that. And I only say that not because I'm being biased, is because you got to look who's mandating the tax.
no, it's the blatant truth. You're absolutely right. Look, you pay a tariff, right?
Hmm.
You're the consumer. You go and buy a product. You're paying
Hmm.
the 20% or the 25% tariff that's been marked up on that. Where does that
Hmm.
money go? Where do those extra dollars go? Those extra dollars go into Uncle Sam's pocket.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
it. Done deal.
But yeah, but they not being so transparent because when they get the money, what are they doing with it? You know,
That's where it's at.
it's,
That's
it's
where
it's
it's at.
almost one of those don't ask, don't tell because we can't tell you what we doing with your money. I'm like,
Yeah.
but we got to tell you what we doing with our money.
Every
You know what I mean?
cent down to the penny.
And yeah, and if you get audited, it'd be like, I need to know where this $25 went. I'm like, bro, I got hungry. Had to
Had to
eat,
eat.
man.
Had to eat
You
something.
know. Well, do you got a receipt for that? Oh yeah.
Oh
Well, if you ain't
man.
got no receipt for that, now that you stiffed us on the $25, we're gonna have to double that. For making us do paperwork behind it. I'm like, bruh,
Oh man.
it's a no-win situation.
It
But
is. It
I
really
think
is.
all of this is just geared towards the rich. You know, and if I was rich, we probably wouldn't be having this conversation because I'll give you every excuse why it's not for us.
Hmm.
But it's for the rich. That's
Yeah.
the only way I can put it.
Yeah. Agreed. Well, everybody, we're running out of time. I want to thank everybody for making it out. Natasha, thank you so much for dropping a hello. Um, I don't even remember this guy's name that dropped that comment, but whoever you are, thank you so much for your comment. I'll go back and I think I put a shout out to him. I was like, tell me, yeah, I said, I said, tell me how you really feel.
Yeah, and you know what? I wish he was here so maybe he can shed some light on it because maybe I'm just ignorant to the fact that I don't know enough about the tariffs and how it works and what it supports and who it benefits. I don't know half the stuff that I need to know, but the stuff that I do know, it's not looking good for us.
No,
You know.
it's not. It's not. So yeah, everybody, thank you so much for coming out. We will see you again on Saturday, where we will have a guest with us. I always
Oh
butcher
yeah,
her name. Could you do me
Sherelle.
the favor? Sherelle.
Sherelle, we're having Sherelle. She's a good classmate of mine. We went to school. We go back way back like Pimps and Cadillacs. And I only say that because, Pimps and Cadillacs was a thing back in the 90s, 80s, 90s. And, you don't see too much of that anymore. Um, the pimp you might see now might be a little different. But she's going to come in and enlighten us on horticulture, and I think she's good with that. She has a green thumb. That's how she
Awesome.
started her entrepreneurship, so I'm looking forward to that myself.
If you are a pimp, please join us next week on Saturday and chime in. You
Wait a
know
minute.
how the how the
Wait a
differentiation of
minute.
pimps have evolved.
Wait a minute. We can only have one pimp, and his name is Slickback. And you can't just say
Slick
Slickback.
back.
It's a pimp named Slickback. Okay.
Oh, a pimp named Slick. You go somewhere else with your Cat Williams stuff. A pimp named Slipback. Oh man.
No, it's a pimp named Slickback. It's like, okay, stand
All
corrected.
right, guys. We will see you all on Saturday at 10 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. That's AM. Man, we got to work on our time. Are you going to be able to make it?
Yeah, I'll be able to make it. I mean, it's just an hour earlier for me. So I was
Okay.
out of range today because first I didn't know time did change. And second, I was still with my football team. So I was like, oh, I got an hour to kill. So, I'll take my time, talk to the players, and next thing
Hold
you
on a
know,
second. Does that mean
hmm,
4 o'clock in the morning for you?
no, it's just an hour, man. You just sprung forward an hour. That's all. So
No,
now
no.
instead
Hold
of
on a
being six
second.
hours,
Hold on a second. Hold on a second.
bruh, it's not rocket science.
So at
That's
6 o'clock
how.
in the morning, at 6 o'clock in the morning, is that what
No,
it is for
man.
you?
No, man. I'm five. I used to be before the time changed for you. I was 6 hours ahead. Now I'm 5 hours ahead.
That's what
You
I'm
sprung for.
saying.
Yeah, you sprung forward. I didn't.
Okay, I'm sorry. I got it backwards. Okay, I got it backwards. Sorry. Sorry. I had a moment.
You need
I had a
another
moment.
vacation, Bob. I can take
I
another
need to
week off,
start
man.
one. I need to start one. We need to close up this season soon. All
All right,
right,
man.
everybody. Take care. We'll see you on Saturday.
Have a good day. Man, that time did really throw me off though. I was like, yeah, Bob normally doesn't call me like right when practice is